Yo guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video we're going to be covering Virtual World. Now, Virtual World is one of my most favorite decks. I actually own this deck in real life. Not the Master Duel variant, the TCG variant obviously, but it is such a fun deck to play around with because you're able to just go into so many different lines and experiment with what you want to do, whilst being able to put up these big boss monsters that keeps this deck meta relevant. Now, in Master Duel, we get an upgraded version of this deck because we're able to use cards like True King of All Calamity, which literally shuts down all your opponent's monsters' effects. I will say though, this card does have a hard time dealing with spell and trap decks, so you might wanna like throw in a Harpy's Feather Duster to the main deck, or just try finding ways to play around that. Without further ado, let's just get right into the deck profile. So in the main deck we play 1 Cyframe Driver, 3 Lili, 1 Tutu, 2 Lao Lao, 3 Lulu, 2 Nyan Nyan, 3 Gigi, 3 Ash, 3 Bell, 2 Gamma, 1 Lightning Storm, 3 Kowloon, 1 Desires, 2 Callby, 2 E-Telly, 3 Kinglong, 2 Infinite Impermanence, 2 Chuche, 1 Xianwu. That's it for the main deck. Let's move on to the extra deck. In the extra deck we play 1 Invoked Caliga, 1 Final Sigma, 1 Ultimate Zolkin, Shen Shen, Trishula, Vermilion Dragon Mech, Cloud Castle, Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, Coral Dragon, Stardust Charge Warrior, Muddy Mud Dragon, 1 Zeus, 1 True King of All Calamities, Constella Ptolemy M7, and Virtual World Shell Jar Jar. Let's move on to the side deck, even though I know Master Duel has no side deck, but the TCG variant does, so this is for the TCG players out there. We play 1 Dino Wrestler Pankatops, 2 Oddfact Lancia, 1 Necrowall Banshee, 1 Harpy's Feather Duster, 2 Dark Ruler No More, 2 Twin Twisters, 1 Zombie World, 2 D Barrier, or 3 D Barrier, 2 Anti-Spell Fragrance. That's it for the deck. Those of you who just came here for the deck profile, make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment down below what decks you want to see in the future, and take it easy. Bye. Now those of you who stayed, let's go through some of these cards. So I want to mention your best card in this deck to start all your combo lines is Lulu. Her effect reads, and this beginning effect goes for every Virtual World monster there is. If this card is in your hand, you can target 1 Virtual World card you control, send 1 Virtual World card of a different type, monster, spell, trap, from your deck to your graveyard, and if you do special summon this card. Every virtual monster has that effect. Now what makes Lulu so special is her following effect reads, then you can add 1 Virtual World card of the 3rd type from your deck to your hand. And it's just quite powerful in a deck like this where you just constantly special summoning and recurring monsters. She pairs well with Lili. Your main goal in this deck is to summon monsters like Invoked Caliga, Ultimate Zolkin, which will bring out your Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, Shen Shen, and True King of All Calamities. So if you can get a True King of All Calamities or an Invoked Caliga on your turn 1, you've pretty much won. And there's 2 ways to doing this, and I'll teach you how. So the first way is if we're able to get 2 level 6 monsters. And how we do that exactly is, well, there's many ways. We can go Lao Lao, special summon back Lili, and then we will have one level 6 tuner and one non-level 6 tuner, and then we can go into Ultimate Azoken. We can then set any spell or trap and then activate Ultimate Azoken's effect to bring out the Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. If we then have two more monsters, like let's say Lulu and Nyan Nyan on the field, we can then go into a Muddy Mud Dragon, activate Muddy Mud Dragon's effect to fusion summon Ultimate Azoken and the Muddy Mud Dragon into Invoked Kaliga. And we will have an Invoked Kaliga on the effect with a Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. And why this is so powerful is because we have each player can only attempt to activate one monster effect per turn, and then we have one monster negate. So when your opponent activates that monster effect, just negate it. The only drawback I'd say is you can't really OTK when you have Invoked Kaliga on the field. However, there are ways to destroy your own Invoked Kaliga, so just bear that in mind. One of the ways you do this is using Virtual World Gate Chuchi, which is just a very good generic trap. You can target one face-up card on the field, shuffle two of your banished Virtual World cards with different names from each other into the deck, then destroy that card. And you'll be banishing quite a bit with Pot of Desires. You'll be banishing with your Kinglong. You'll be banishing with your monster effects such as Nyan Nyan and a lot of the grave effects. E-Telly is an amazing card. It'll help search your Lulu. But I'd say this is very situational because obviously you don't get Lulu effect when you summon the E-Telly. So just work with it. One of the lines to go into your True King of All Calamities, which I find really easy, can be done with just one Lulu and one Lily. How exactly you do it is you normal summon Lulu, Lily effect activate to send one from the deck to special summon itself. You'd send Kinglong, then you activate its effect on the field to send another card to the graveyard, and you'd send Chuche. You then want to activate Kinglong's effect to pitch one and add any virtual world monster from your deck to your hand. So then you'd add Lulu, and then you activate Lulu's effect to send so you target one monster you control, one virtual world monster you control, send a spell or trap to the graveyard from your deck. I'd send the Zanwu, because you want different cards in the graveyard. You could also send another Kinglong for follow-up for your next turn, but I prefer sending a Zanwu. And once you do that, you'll have one level 6 and one level 3 on the field. Let me just mention that the card you add with the Lulu on the second time round, it doesn't matter, it can be anything, you follow up for your next turn. But I'd say just add a Chuche, so you can then flip Chuche up and pop your own VFD. I'm referring it to as VFD, that's what the name is for True King of All Calamities in the OCG. I'm just going to refer to it as the VFD, but the reason you do that is because, oh, misclick, I'm not sure what I got rid of there, but yeah, it doesn't really matter. Oh, okay, there. I got it back anyway. Yeah, so what you do is that you then synchro summon into a Shen Shen using your Lily and one of your Lulus, and then you activate Chuche effect in the graveyard to decrease the level of Shen Shen to 6. You can then synchro summon into Cloud Castle. Cloud Castle effect activate to bring back the Shen Shen from your graveyard, and from there you can XC summon with 2 level 9s into True King of All Calamities. Now, you on your opponent's turn, when you activate True King of All Calamities effect, you want to pitch the Shen Shen so you can normal summon it on the next turn. The reason I said you would want to pop your own VFD using Chuche is because if your opponent chains infinite impermanence to your VFD on his turn, what you can then do is activate Chuche to pop your VFD, and yeah, his effect will resolve whilst he's in the graveyard, and it's a pretty strong effect. We play monsters like Virtual World Shell Jar Jar, and the reason we do this is because he's a free Zeus. You activate his effect to detach one material, target one face of monster you control. It cannot be destroyed by battle, so your Jar Jar can't be destroyed by battle. And then if this card battled an opponent's monster while you have 2 or more monsters in your graveyard with the same original type and attribute, you can banish that opponent's monster, so it's a free banisher of your opponent's monster as well. I've noticed a lot of Phantom Knight decks playing this card just because of how powerful it is. And after the battle phase, you can go into a Zeus, which wipes the whole board clean. Trishula is a very strong card because it rips 1 card from your opponent's hand, field, and graveyard. So this card is a good card going second, not first. Same with Vermilion Dragon Mech. You're able to banish cards, which is extremely you're able to banish your own cards, which is extremely good because you can activate Chuche as you've banished a Virtual World tuner. I do want to mention that the hand traps you play are also pretty vital because you play Ash Blossom and Ghost Spell, which are both level 3 tuners. And if you've noticed yet, they synergize pretty well with your deck because you do play a lot of level 3 tuners such as Lulu and Nyan Nyan once summoned back from the graveyard. You play Lao Lao, which can be turned into a level 3 using Chuche. And yeah, I just want to mention the final thing. Geomathmech Final Sigma is a very strong OTK option. You would special summon him into the extra deck monster zone, and the reason we don't play link monsters is because the virtual world cards state that for the rest of this turn you can only special summon level/rank 3 or higher monsters, meaning no link monsters, no link rating. But that's fine because Geomathmech Final Sigma, while in the extra monster zone, is unaffected by card effects, which is very powerful. If this card in the extra monster zone battles an opponent's monster, any battle damage it inflicts to your opponent is doubled. So it doubles. So if your opponent has a 1000 attack monster, you beat over it with Final Sigma, that's 4000 damage to your opponent. Extremely OP. If this card is destroyed by battle, or if this card in its own possession is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, which won't happen because it's unaffected, you can add a Mathmech card from your deck to your hand. We're obviously not using this effect because we don't play Mathmechs. We play cards like Coral Dragon and Stardust Dragon. Coral Dragon actually comes up quite a bit because a lot of people forget the effect. Once per turn you can discard 1 card, target 1 card your opponent controls, destroy it. I've actually used this effect quite a bit, and it's a tuner, so you can use this and Lily to go into your ultimate Zorkum. If this sent from the field to the graveyard, you can draw 1 card. Very strong. We play Stardust Charge Warrior because it has the same effect. You can draw 1 card, and this card can attack all special summoned your monsters control once each. But the thing is, with this one, it's a SYNCHRO monster that isn't a tuner, which is really good. I think that's about it for today's deck profile. If there's any other questions or queries, let me know in the comment section down below. I hope you guys liked today's video, and if you did, make sure you like, subscribe, turn on the post notification bell so you don't miss an upload, and comment down below what you want to see in the future. I think that's going to be it for today. Take it easy. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.